And go.
Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. We give our games and kicks and talk about who's actually going to be able to get on the field. This and much, much more live with Aaron, Josh, and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, John?
What's up?
Excellent.
Welcome to Harry Hog Football, episode number 439, in which we talk about the debacle that we saw on Sunday. And for those of you that were ready for the podcast on Tuesday night, as usual,
Aaron.
we had a debacle going on here at Harry Hog Football.
It was a debacle. It really was a debacle. Yeah. Wow.
John, are you on YouTube now? Is it actually streaming? Because I don't even have that up.
We are on YouTube, and it is actually streaming.
Wow. Amazing. Is anyone actually in there?
Michael Graff is.
Wow, dude. Welcome, Michael Graff. He gets my game ball for actually believing that the podcast was going live, and it actually did. So, okay, apparently this seems to be stable for the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
We got a stable, okay.
Okay.
I need to start talking like that more at school.
Dude, you should go as Mr. Mackey for, like, Halloween.
I probably should.
Okay.
Students say that every year. They're like, dude, you look like Mr. Mackey. Like back in the day when I worked with kids that actually could see.
Oh, yeah, now they can't.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that? Remember when they did that Carol of the Bells and it was like ding dong okay, ding dong okay. That was
Don't
hilarious.
you have that? I think you do have that.
Dude, can you see on the feed where I put our like Twitter stuff on the podcast?
It looks sweet, dude. Kevin's 980. Garcon makes that catch. Oh.
I'm pulling up the stats now so we can get going on this. But I'd like to give a shout out to our benevolent sponsor, Desmond C. Lee. You can reach him at Desmond C. Lee 2 on Twitter.
Yeah. I believe Desmond C. Lee 1 was taken.
Or hacked.
Or hacked. Either one.
Yeah, we're not quite sure.
Not quite sure. And you can follow us on there at Harry Hog, Harry Hog. Website, harryhogfootball.com. All that good stuff.
And for all of those of you guys that still listen to the traditional podcast, which is just fine, just realize that you can go and watch us live and see how like cool we are on YouTube. It's live and then it's also archived, so you can watch it just like a normal podcast.
Live and archive.
And if you do that, even if you don't want to watch the podcast on YouTube, please go there and subscribe so we can get our own URL finally. We're only like 17 subscribers away from being able to do that.
Or 21.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Sean Taylor away from doing that. Or if
Sean Taylor.
Or if you're John, who still would rather have Deion Sanders as that number.
I would never, ever wear that number in the history of the world.
We know how much you love Deion. We know how much you love Deion as a Redskin.
I can't even remember that season. I just remember.
I do, because I remember how mad I was that he was like supplanting Darrell Green that year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, first of all, Darrell Green, 20 years in the league, is much better than Deion right now. He tackles people. Are we going to get into this, or are we going to talk about the Vikings game?
All right. It's already Thursday, so we're like, golly, we're almost getting ready for the high-powered Saints offense coming into town, or going into their town, I should say.
Oh my goodness, we almost went to this game. We kept kicking it around. We were going to, and then we didn't because of some conflicts.
I had some health problems.
And health problems. But, dude, what do you think our chances are this week? I mean, I don't even know who's playing.
Yeah, that's true. That's we can do a little bit of injury report right now. Will Compton, Rob Kelly both got stuck on IR. Jordan Reed's is like getting set back, and I don't know if he's going to play again this year as much as he's been getting hurt.
Dude, didn't I say we should have traded him?
We said yes, we should have traded him.
I can't wait.
I believe I was first to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I was the first to say we should trade him.
After me, yeah.
Do you want to go back and listen to the podcasts?
Nope.
We'll leave that up to Rabbit Rads to go through and statisticize the podcast and tell us who was first. Is that even a word? Statisticize?
I don't know. That sounds bad, though.
It sounds very negative.
Yeah, so far in the chat, we've got Michael Graff and San. Hashtag San.
Yo, what's up, San? All right, I'm going to try to go to the chat room if I can do it without crashing my computer.
Uh-oh.
What?
So, I'm worried about your crashing your computer.
It says live now.
Oh, we also put TJ Clemmings on IR.
It sounds very... But did you see who we signed today?
We signed Tyler Catalina again. I didn't even know. Did we cut him?
He was cut, and then we re-signed him.
Oh, my God.
Like 3 days later or something.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
Oh, man, can you imagine being in the Redskins, like, meeting room, and you got Barf in there? He's probably got in, Minuski and a couple other guys. He's like, dude, I can't believe we have to re-sign Tyler freaking Catalina. We just cut him. He's the worst lineman ever.
Dude, Tyler Catalina, I don't know. The dudes in the peanut gallery over here think that TJ Clemmings is worse. Did you say we cut TJ Clemmings?
No, he's placed on IR, so we could get him back if we want.
Wait, he got injured?
Apparently, he had an ankle injury.
San, aka Bubble, says that he's on IR because he sucks.
TJ Clemmings sucks.
Sucks. It's like reason for going to IR because he sucks. He's horrible, dude. But I don't know. Tyler Catalina, I mean, he could be the worst Redskin of all times.
I think
him and Ali Haji Sheik.
Sharpor Donish.
Sharpor Donish, Ali Haji Sheik, and
Ali Haji Sheik.
TJ Clemmings.
Ali Haji Sheik wasn't even that terrible either. That's the thing. He was actually a pretty decent kicker.
But in context of the time, he was horrible. Not in context of these days.
Yeah, definitely with that. And he's I don't know. I think he had his bad kicks at like the worst moments ever.
Ali Haji Sheik, dude. I never said it way back then because I was too young, but we should have an episode where we just outline the worst Redskins of all times. From every position.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And you know who's going to be on there? Adam Archuleta.
Adam Archuleta. and his white mock turtleneck.
Oh, that was a horrible signing. Albert Hainsworth might take the cake, though. Just
for sheer poundage of suckitude.
Speaking
of suckitude, we only lost this game by 8 points, but it seemed like we were just getting our butts kicked in this game. To me.
Dude, I had the same feeling watching the game that we were just getting annihilated, but then I went back and looked at the stats, and everything was pretty even.
Yeah.
It really was. But what killed us, and I can narrow it down to one play, and I'm sure you can too, the interception at the end of the first half that gave them that touchdown. They got 21 straight points in like 3 straight drives between the end of the second and the beginning of the third, and that pretty much did us in.
Yeah. I mean, Kirk Cousins had a couple of awful throws.
That one.
Josh Norman.
Oh, dude. Hold on.
Cut!
Hold on.
Golly, cut.
Can I get a big
Cut! Oh my God.
It doesn't even show up in the stat list, so if Josh tried to chime in today, he just called me a little while ago and wished me happy birthday from Red Rocks in Vegas, outside of Vegas. He's at Red Rocks National Park or whatever it's called.
I think it's outside of Denver, actually.
Well, he's at the Red Rocks outside of
Vegas.
It's another one with the big climbing rocks and stuff. There's
Cool.
2 Red Rocks. I'm serious. I know about the one in Denver where they have the concerts and stuff.
Oh, okay. I figured he was there since it's because they have concerts.
No, he's at the one in Vegas because he's there for the lighting conference.
Oh, that's right.
And then he told me that right next door to the lighting conference is guess what conference? The pot conference. And I was like, dude, did you swing in there? Did you swing in there and see what was going on? He's like, no, but we should.
Yeah, no lie. You know he won't either, but he probably really should.
Yeah, so where's my stats? I thought it was on.
I got stats up. What are you looking for?
Oh, I got them. I was just going to go over some of the comparisons here, the team matchup stats. If you look at the total yards, whoa, what just happened? It's playing some music or something.
It takes
Where?
hard work,
I can't even
grit,
hear
and
it.
determination to become a professional football
the
player
heck?
like Luke Kuechly. But it only takes 15 minutes to see how much you
It's
know
a
about
Geico
car insurance
commercial.
with Geico.
Shush.
Well, turn it off, dude.
I'm
It's on-
trying. Did that actually come through to the podcast?
Josh does this like every time when he comes on, except he hasn't been on in like 5 months.
Dude, I was trying. I was like, I was on the stats page and all of a sudden some Geico commercial pops up.
Aaron's on the Aaron, shut it off, and Aaron goes like Josh. Dude.
I was trying to look at the comparisons here.
Yeah.
And what the
Yeah.
heck?
I mean, it's
I'm not even looking at the right freaking game. I'm looking at preview of the Redskins Saints game.
yeah. Well, it is Thursday, you know.
Dude, I don't know.
It was. I don't know. Like, I thought Kirk Cousins played all right, and except for a couple of really absolutely horrible throws, I mean, it was. I don't know. DJ Swearinger had a good game.
DJ Swearinger was amazing.
Yeah.
There's
and
two.
then he
put
called
it,
out guys on the team. Basically, he was just like, some of these guys need to step up.
dude, he got us right back in the game.
He did, because you, and I think I did at the same time. I was like, I think we might be done. And you were like, we're done. And then suddenly he's just like the pick magnet.
I had 2 on 2 straight passes.
Yeah.
And he almost scored a touchdown on the one. All right, I finally got the stats up. And if you look at the all you have to look at is the scoreline. The second quarter, 21 points for the Vikings. We outscored them in every other quarter. It was that interception was the difference in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at total yards, they're within 10 yards. They had literally 12 yards more than us. No big deal. Time of possession, we won that. Turnovers, they won. Wait, they had 2, so I guess we won. We had 1. One big one. It was horrible. Worst time, worst position on the field. First downs, we had more. I mean, interceptions, we had more thanks to DJ. Same number of drives. They had more yards per play by a little bit. We had more passing yards. They had more rushing yards. They had one more penalty, but it was 3-2. I mean, it was pretty even all the way down the line, and it basically comes down to that interception and the fact that Josh Norman was getting burnt all over the field, everywhere.
What did he say about his performance in that? Because he was just like, oh, it was I can't remember what it was he said, but yeah, it was pretty much, I don't know, an aberration or something like that. It was another fancy schmancy word.
Hey, I've never seen Jonathan Potts. Speaking of pot, I've never seen Jonathan Potts in the chat room before, so welcome Jonathan Potts. He says we need to cut Gruden.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I was talking to a guy at work today, and I was like, he was like, basically this guy's always like, I don't hate Gruden. I just don't like what he's doing as our coach. I don't think there's anything there. He never, ever adjusts at halftime. Like, I've never seen a one game of his where we've gone in at halftime and came back with a new game plan. Like, they can't do it, apparently.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, some coaches just have a ceiling here, and some coaches have a ceiling, like, way up here, up above the camera. It's
Above the camera.
way up there.
Yeah, and
I
what
just
did
don't
it
feel
for
like
me
he's
was
good.
what did it for me was when the game was on the line, and it's not so much that he called this play that brought, I don't know if it was a pitch, but it brought the ball way far back from the line of scrimmage to go to a 150-pound running back 2 plays in a row. I don't know if it was so much the actual plays that he called or the fact that it was like they didn't take the time. They didn't take the time to like figure out. It was like they didn't use like the play clock. They were just like, go, just run the play. And it's like, dude, have you even thought this through? This is the game right here. It's 3rd down and 1, and you're running this crappy play, and then 4th down and run, and you're 1, and you're just going. You're like 150-pound running back on like a pitch or whatever it was. It was, what was it? A sweep? It was something.
I remember the play exactly. I've heard a number of announcers during games the last few weeks going, I hate the pitch.
Oh, you know I hate the pitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just hearing that from other people. I'm like, huh. Apparently a lot of people hate the pitch.
It's
A
dumb.
lot of people hate that pitch.
It drops the ball back 12 yards before you even start running.
You know what else we're almost terrible at? We had to have, like, what's his face? That guy from the 2nd round that we got from, Will Anderson? That guy from Alabama? Roll Tide? He had to come in as a
Ryan Anderson.
Ryan Anderson.
He came in as a tight end or fullback or something.
Yeah.
He helped push Kirk Cousins in on that horrible quarterback sneak. We were calling for the quarterback sneak like so many times in this game, and they finally run it. And he like goes in standing straight up, and Ryan Anderson and P. Rind basically pushed the pile, or else he would not have scored that.
Yeah. I didn't really see anyone like talking about that except for Ryan Anderson helping to get him in, and I was like, I don't know. Once a season, we'll do a quarterback sneak if it's like this far. If it's this far, that's way too far. We're gonna hand it back to a guy like 7 or 8 yards. We gotta go this far.
If it's a Luton, we'll do it. If it's 2 Lutons, no way.
We'll do it. It's about
a Luton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and what was the play?
Half a Luton.
There was another play that I was angry about in this game. Was it an interception? Where I swear for the Vikings, and I swear the ball like hit the ground, and they never even looked at it.
I remember what you're talking about, yeah.
I was like, they didn't even stop to look at it. It was like the tip of the ball hit the ground, and he like returns it. It was the big interception. What am I talking about? That big one. I was like, they didn't even look at it, and this is a swinging point in the game.
Yeah. And they were like, well, the ball didn't move when he hit the ground, and I swear every time when he hit the ground and the ball touched the ground, the ball moved like a lot. It didn't move a little bit. It moved like a number of inches in his hand. It should have been disallowed.
Dude, what's going on with your screen up there? Were you having like an epileptic seizure?
What are you talking about?
It's like flat. It's like blinking. I'm seeing like blinking from your screen.
Oh, yeah. That was weird.
It's like,
I got a front light on.
We're going to have to put like a warning on the podcast.
I put a front light on, but it's not, I don't know. It's not, I don't know. Roberta brought a front light in here just for her, and I turned it on, and it was,
is it fluorescent?
No, it's halogen.
That might be the problem. That frequency that it works at.
Maybe, yeah. And it might also be just the desk vibrates.
Oh, it's better now. Whatever you did.
All
right. So what are they talking about here in the chat room? Michael Graff likes Cousins, but he might want to let him go rather than put big money on him. Yeah, the thing is like, well, if we could get a decent dude out of who are we gonna get? We don't have anyone.
And then we got to let Jay, not John Gruden, not that I want either one of them, but Jay Gruden try to rebuild his own new quarterback.
Yeah. What was Josh said that he read something? Did you hear this from Josh? That he read something, some website that predicted that in 2 years the quarterback of the Redskins will be Josh Allen, that quarterback from.
Oh yeah.
Where's he from? I forget. He's an up and coming college dude. I forget what school he's from. Josh Allen. Josh was like, "Yes, Josh Allen is going to be the quarterback."
He did. What did he say? He actually texted me about that.
Yeah.
Let me check my phone. Checking.
Oh, here's the funny thing. Michael Graff in the chat room. He says we don't have the Hogs 2.0. Remember a few weeks ago when they were like Hogs 2.0, and now we're like we've got Tyler Catalina coming in to start.
We got a guy named I don't know.
Tyler Catalina.
Tyler. What's up, Cat?
And what's up? At least we don't have Columbus. But what's up with
Oh man,
although Columbus is way better than Clemmings.
he is. I love for him. I bet he's still on Atlanta. This guy, Josh Allen goes to Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming.
They know the fight's on there at New York, in Vegas. Josh should go look them up.
I mean, all right. Jonathan Potts is talking about we have to sign him because who else do we have? And I tend to agree with him. If we sign him, even if we draft a quarterback, we need to sign him to bring whoever this new guy is up. You can't just
we need to sign him, and we need some help around him too. He's got terrible people, terrible talent around him.
Yeah, and here's the thing that also sucks. The Giants are well poised to get whoever the top quarterback is in the draft. They're going to be like the freaking Colts that like had Peyton Manning for 15 years, sucked for 1 year, and then got Andrew Luck in the draft. It's going to be the Giants. They're going to have Eli Manning. They suck this year. They're going to get like whoever the top dude is, maybe the dude like Lamar Jackson or someone out of Louisville, and then they're going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to contend with him. This Dak Prescott dude, I still don't think he's all that great. I don't see what the big deal is with him.
Yeah, you said that about Ezekiel Elliott last year.
I could be biased. I say that about Ezekiel Elliott every year.
I don't understand why.
He just runs straight into people. I've watched him run. He doesn't
make
any moves.
Did you watch last week's game from the Cowboys? They had Alfred Morrison. He sucked.
I saw Alfred
dudes in there. They sucked. Ezekiel Elliott goes in there and he gets like 200 yards.
I saw Alfred Morris make a good run.
When? In Redskins colors?
In the 2 minutes that I watched the game because I can't stomach watching the Cowboys play.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Ezekiel Elliott is no Barry Sanders or anyone else. He doesn't make he just runs straight. He doesn't make cuts. I haven't seen anything amazing about him except they just hand it to him all the time, and he just has a good offensive line.
Yeah.
If he had Tyler Catalina and TJ Clemmings blocking, let's see how well he does.
Yeah.
He's not going to do any better than P. Rind.
P. Rind.
And I bet you he would do worse than Thompson. Anyway, yeah, that Case Keenum dude had a great
he had the
day,
best game of his life.
But he did throw 2 picks.
Our defense sucks.
Josh Norman was horrible.
Yeah.
And who was that Thielen dude that was just torching us? He was like the new Beasley or
Amendola.
Or who's the other guy that always torched us?
Laurinaitis.
What?
Laurinaitis.
Anyway, yeah, that dude was tearing it up. Diggs was just burning Josh Norman. Everyone was burning Josh Norman.
Yeah, right? It was like Josh Norman went out last night and got, or that night before that, and just got really drunk and was all hungover the next day. I don't know how else to describe it. Really.
Dude. Hey, Rabbit Rads is in the chat room.
Right on.
And said, "Where's Josh?"
I think it starts to say that like every week. Oh, there he is. Is he at that zombie show?
Knew he's at
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Rocks Park.
Yeah, what's he doing at Red Rock Park?
It's only 4:30 in Vegas, so
True.
he won't be at the zombie show for another 5 hours or so. Dude, Josh Norman was so burnt, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, do we want to go ahead and get into the kicks or games? We have to do the games first.
Let's do the game first.
And now, the coveted and ever-elusive Game Ball Award. Game Ball Awards are brought to you by our brand new sponsor. What was it?
What about the itch?
Riditaint? No. Taint no itch.
Riditaint?
Taint no itch. Taint no.
It removes the taint from your picture.
Taint no itch.
Taint no itch.
Taint no itch. Our brand new sponsor for the 2017 season.
Yeah.
If your taint itches, take Taint no itch.
I can't even try to sing that.
I could bring
Josh.
up this phone thing from
Again.
Let me find it. All right, talk amongst yourself.
All right. Hey. All right. So, what are we saying here? Back in the room. Where's Josh Edelman? Yeah, Josh Person Edelman. So, who out there has got game balls? Let me type that in. Game balls. See if anybody wants to throw this stuff in there. I don't know. What do I want to do with my game? Who do I want to give my game ball to? I guess is the question. That's a good one. I'll give mine to DJ Swearinger. Aaron probably is going to do that, but he, he's worried about tainting that inch.
That's right. When your taint feels scratchy like a bitch, it's time to reach for taint no inch. Dun, 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 dun. Aaron, I hope you enjoyed the whole music.
Did Josh know we've
Just
actually
calling you
been
back.
putting that on the podcast?
I don't think so because he hasn't tuned in. I told him that we were about to do the podcast and he should tune in, but I don't think he is because he's walking around Red Rocks.
Red Rocks, not.
All right, let's get to these game balls because I still have to get
Red
back to
Rocks,
my
yeah.
birthday party.
That's true, dude.
Let's see here. All right, go ahead and give your game ball award.
I already did. Swearinger.
Dude, you stole mine.
I know. I figured that was probably the one you were going to use, but
Okay, then I'm going to give mine to Maurice Harris for making the most amazing catch I've seen by a Redskin in forever. And he just got his shot and in one game, in one catch, did more for the team than Terrell Pryor did the whole season.
the whole season.
So that's
Put
it.
that man on the field.
Dude, that catch was freaking amazing.
He was pretty good last year. Why do they keep sticking him on the practice squad?
Dude, because all he did in preseason was make those diving catches along the sideline. It's like his specialty.
Mm-hmm.
He made some awesome catches, and then I forget what player it was. I think it was a former Redskin. Was basically like, "Yep, that's what Maurice Harris does." Like tweeted it, and dude, as soon as he caught that pass, I was like, "That's a touchdown. That's not even close."
Yeah.
I was like, "They got to review that," and they did. It was totally a touchdown by a mile.
yeah.
Anyway, so that's who mine's going to, and Josh is giving his to Josh Norman. So let's go ahead and go into. Oh, he's giving his to Josh Norman because Josh Norman. You ready for this?
Yes.
Josh Norman had. Hold on, I got the stats right here. Josh Norman had 9 tackles, y'all.
Yeah. The
7
second
solo and 12 times burnt. Why is burnt toast not a statistic in this league?
It really should be. I was
Burnt
just about to say
toast.
that.
Passes given up should be a statistic on the line.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think more people are going to start throwing at Josh Norman. Like through the first half of the season, have you realized that he hasn't been thrown at much at all?
I want to see how it goes this weekend because, I mean, you know, We're playing Saints. They're pretty high powered offensively.
Drew Brees is going to be going after him. I'm sure he watched the tape.
Yeah.
So Josh Norman needs to step it up.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to
definitely.
be exposed.
Exposed.
Exposed. Anyway, all right. Well, let's go ahead and go into the kicks.
Yeah.
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award. My Kicking the Balls Award goes to Josh Norman.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine too. Mine goes to him.
And Jay Gruden for running those plays on 3rd and 4th down when the game was on the line. And Nick Rose for that onside kick that went 4 yards.
Yeah.
Dude, I could have kicked it 4 yards.
I could have maybe have kicked it 4 yards. Yeah.
That's 12 feet. Kay
Lord
could
have
have kicked it. My 8-year-old daughter Kay could have kicked it more than 12 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a funny angle.
Why don't they ever just try to kick it up, like as high as they can, and just send dudes and just try to get it? Like, you remember when you were a kid and you would play 500 and you would throw it up and people would go try to catch it? Why don't they ever do that? Just kick it straight up in the air.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like if you're playing like if you're doing a Hail Mary at the end of the game, same kind of thing. Just throw it up there and let them all go grab for it.
Yeah. All they have to do is house people. It starts bouncing around on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why don't they have more, like, why don't people put more? Sometimes I think coaches aren't that bright, and that's why they go into football. Because some of these things are like, dude, everyone's been trying the same strategy for onside kick ever since I was a kid, and it works 1 out of 100 times or whatever it is. Why don't you try something else? Kick it up, high, and short, just high and short. Or even high and semi-long, and just get down there and house the dudes and get the ball. I guess maybe no, they can't call a fair catch on that. Not on a kickoff, right?
On a kickoff? Only if they're catching it in the end zone.
So, anyway, it's dumb. All right, Kicking the Balls Award is going to Nick Rose, Jay Gruden, and...
And Josh Norman.
Josh Norman.
Josh freaking Norman.
It doesn't even show on the stat line.
Burnt toast.
Very burnt toast.
Yeah.
Very burnt. All right, what are they saying in the chat room here? Let's see. Bubbles is giving his kick to Josh Norman, I think. And his game ball to Swearinger. Okay. And Michael Graff gives his to Harris, like me, and to the Redskins offense for always finding a way to turn the ball over in our red zone. Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, you can give a little kicking the balls award to Kirk Cousins because he played decent, but that interception was the absolute horrible pass at the worst possible position on the field and time, considering that the Vikings were getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
Nope.
All right, well, let's go to the injury report then. Do I have the music? 'Cause I haven't got time for the pain. I haven't got room for the pain. Yes, I haven't got need for the pain.
I ain't getting need with the pain.
Not since I've known you. I still think she's a man.
You need to watch Finding Your Roots to learn more about Carly Man Simon.
Is Carly Simon a man? Is it like Carl?
No, it's not. She's not a man.
All right, I was questioning that because I've never seen this person. And I was like, like when a kid, if a kid's named Rick, when he's a kid, they call him Ricky. Maybe it could have been Carly. And this whole time I thought it was a woman,
And you
but it
thought
was really a man. Carly. Like Ricky.
Oh, man.
Because Carl is a man's name.
I think it generally is a man's name.
And Rick is a man's name, and you put the Y on the end, Ricky, and it's what you call a young person named Rick. So why isn't Carly a young...
Or Ricky Ricardo, if you're a celebrity.
Yeah, some people keep the Y into adulthood, but and Ricky Martin, but most of them drop it. So I didn't know if Carly Simon could have been a man, and I could have had a revelation on my 41st birthday this evening.
41st.
All right, injury report. You got that pulled up?
Yeah.
All right, go
sitting out practice.
Where's B&G Buns? Why isn't he putting it in the chat? What's going on?
I don't know. Terrell Pryor, Spencer Long, and Trent sat out.
Hold on. I want to give a mini game ball to Trent Williams for actually sticking it out and playing with like needing surgery and stuff. He played the whole entire game. All right, go ahead.
People that are limited. Zach Brown's got an Achilles problem. That really kind of worries me because sometimes they just kind of keep being a problem until they finally burst.
Yeah, it worries me too because that Achilles, as you know, it can be a nagging injury, Josh Doxson. Yeah. But Zach Brown did throw up 10 tackles and led the team again.
Yeah. Ryan Grant, concussion. D'Angelo Hall, knee.
Oh, I saw that D'Angelo Hall, because remember, we never saw him on the field, and then they said he was injured, and we never heard anything else from him.
Yeah.
I heard that it was a bone bruise.
He thinks he's going to be back, but I don't know.
He better be for his sake if he wants to play again. All right,
Other players who are limited. Anthony Lanier, the second knee. Laval, stinger. Nicholson, shoulder. Tight end Paul, concussion.
He got rocked.
Yeah, he did. Ty Nitschke, his core muscle.
Man, his core muscle must have got cranked.
Man.
I mean, I've been hitting the core muscle before, but I've never been out this long.
I know, right? Brian Quick, concussion. A right guard, Brandon Scherf, knee.
But how many of them are, like, out, though? Any of them?
The people who are out are Trent Williams, Terrell, Blimp, Spencer Long, and Jordan Reed.
So they sat out of practice today.
They sat out, and Jordan Reed is not playing this weekend.
Should have cut him or traded him and see.
Should have traded him in the first place.
As Danny would say, see what we could have got for him.
You always have to trade guys when they're still talented.
I know.
Not when they're freaking injured all the time, because then their trade value's gone. You have to trade them when they're still. Watch the Patriots.
Did you talk about Fat Rob on there?
Yeah, we talked about him at the beginning.
All right, so did you see that we signed Byron? Who was it? We signed a running back.
We signed someone from Philadelphia's practice squad, some running back.
From their practice squad.
Let's see, we've got I got nothing.
I don't have anything. All right, so we got the Saints this weekend. Do we want to talk about this debacle anymore, or we want to move forward?
I'd love to move forward.
All right, we got this. We got the Saints this weekend. We're going to march into New Orleans, and the Saints, I believe, have won 7 in a row. It doesn't look good for us. And then 4 days later, we've got the Giants, right, on Thanksgiving.
Mm.
So that's going to set us up for a debacle in front of the entire world.
Especially against the Giants. Come on.
On Thanksgiving night, you know how horrible we are on night games. And then if we lose to the Giants, we're going to be joked so horribly.
They just gave San Francisco their first win of the season.
Well, I could have told you that San Francisco was better than the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is a division game, though, so you never know what's going to happen.
This is a division game.
I'm serious. Anyway,
I know. I agree 100%.
So we're 4-5. If we can somehow get a victory from the Saints and then get a victory from the Giants, we'll be back above 500.
Yeah.
Or will we be at 500? I'm sorry. No, we'll be above. No, we'll be at.
What?
No, we'll be above. What? What?
What?
You are a loser, sir.
Anyway. All right, so So anyway, I'm still standing with my precarious prediction and saying we're going to go in there and get a victory this weekend.
I mean, we beat Seattle at Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it.
Yeah.
Depends on which defense shows up. If we can go back to Seattle, fly Dan Snyder's plane over there, pick up our defense because they didn't show up in Washington last week.
Did you know we're 2-0 on the West Coast?
I wish we were.
What are we, 4-5? We're 2-0 on the West Coast, though, against like two of the best teams we thought we were going to have to play this year. How about that?
Yeah, but then we lose other games.
I know, like to the Vikings.
And the
what's
Eagles.
up with the people who were all like, the Vikings are taking over FedEx Field. This is so crazy. It's the Vikings. I was like, everybody takes over FedEx Field.
Everyone takes over FedEx Fields.
It's a horror show going to a game there. It's terrible.
It's because it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's surrounded. I read an article about it this week. The guy was like 2 Taco Bells. You know, there's not like a town center or anything. There's like 2 Taco Bells with like homeless people there.
Yeah, remember when we were
Just gonna
staying
go
out
there.
there in Landover at that Comfort Inn or whatever?
Comfort in with bulletproof glass.
Yeah,
and the
and
hookers.
we were like, hey, can we go somewhere and get some drinks or something? And there was like a convenience store like 3 doors down, and the guy asked us if we were going to drive. Anyway.
But well, it's DC. Everybody drives everywhere unless you like live right in the district, like right in the middle of it. It's not like New York where people walk everywhere.
Yeah. I was expecting Doxson to jump out a little more in this game than he did, to tell
He's
you the
going to
truth.
keep on disappointing.
I'm hoping he's not another Malcolm Kelly / Brian Westbrook. Michael Westbrook.
Brian Westbrook. Michael Westbrook? Yeah, Brian Westbrook. Wait, no, I can't remember which one of them
Michael played for us. Brian
Pretty
was
sure.
the running back that also destroyed us from the Eagles.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, dudes, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I'm going to go downstairs and get some of my birthday cake.
Woo!
So, we'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins.
Check us out on Twitter, Harry Hogg. Check us out, or check our benevolent sponsor out. Listen to YouTube.
Yep. And as always, if you see a Cowboys fan, they lost this week, so
You know what to do.
choke 'em. Bye-bye.